All right. Hey, BSPU. I'm going to jump on Facebook right now. I'm going to introduce what we're going to talk about. Basically, the title is You Get What You Give, You Attract Who You Are. So a little bit different than maybe, okay, here's what I need to do with my book, but I think you'll understand the connection in just a second. Waiting for me to go live. All right. Hey, Rob Kosberg here with Bestseller Publishing, doing my Facebook Live and also my BSPU call at the same time. And this is going to be a little bit different. You know, people want to know, okay, how do I use a book to make money, or how do I use it to get speaking engagements, etc. I'm going to talk a little bit about authenticity for a moment and how the importance of authenticity plays into who it is that you're actually attracting into your business and into your life. The title that I put on it is You Get What You Give, You Attract What You Are. And that's true both for what you communicate verbally as well as like what is really happening internally, okay? So oftentimes, at least when you're younger, you think, okay, I can be this one kind of person when I'm interacting with my potential clients or my business or, you know, the people that I am trying to serve and trying to make an income from, an income and an impact, and yet not like be congruent on the inside. And I'm here to tell you that, look, that does not work in the long run at all. You see, we want to attract clients that pay on time, right? Well, you need to ask yourself, do I pay on time? We want to attract clients that are patient and loving people, right? That's who we want to work with. Well, are you a patient and loving person? We want to attract potential clients that make quick decisions, right? That understand the value and decide. Well, do we make quick decisions? We want clients that will share our brilliance with the world, right? That will not just, you know, I know some that actually will take what they're learning from their mentors and coaches and then claim it as their own. Not only are they not sharing their mentor's brilliance and where they learned it and giving attribution, but actually claiming it as their own. And these people think that that's not going to come back and haunt them. Now, look, nothing like that's happened to me, at least in the last day or two. So I'm not sharing that because I have like this bitterness. I just was thinking about it for myself for a couple reasons. You see, we want all these things in our business. We want clients that will refer us customers, and yet we don't refer anybody to someone else. We want people that aren't afraid to invest with us, yet we're afraid. We're so afraid to invest. And this came to my attention in a couple of different ways. The first way is I just came off my 2-day live event, which was really fantastic, at least from my perspective. Really enjoyable serving. It was sold out. We had 75 people. And when I make an offer at the event for continuing help or ongoing support or done-for-you services, I do it in such a way that I don't share it with the whole group. I only want to share it with people that really want and are interested in taking those next steps. So I don't want people sitting in the room, for example, that haven't already decided, I really want to move forward with Rob, but I need to know some logistics. I need to know what the price is. I need to know what I'm going to get, right? And so we structure things in such a way and basically tell people, look, if you know that working with Bestseller Publishing, working with me is what you want, then we want you to stay and we'll discuss it. And if not, then we're going to take a break and you can go have lunch or whatever else. That way, no one has to be in the room that doesn't want to be in the room. Make sense? Well, in the past, we always had, at the end of the day, maybe a third to 40% of the room that would stay. And we would bring in like a box lunch so we could discuss it. And literally, for the first time ever, we had almost the entire room stay. It was a little embarrassing because, quite frankly, we ran out of lunches, and that has never happened before. We usually have way more than we need. And, I thought, why did people do that? And, I actually made a real effort over the last 2 days of this event to make sure that I really share who we want as a client and who we don't want as a client. So I shared stories of people that became clients of Bestseller Publishing that we gave them their money back and said, hey, we're not a good fit to work together. And I shared numerous times where that kind of thing happened. Here's why. Because I know you as a coach, you as a consultant, you as a business owner, if your business is not thriving, if you're not generating leads, if you're not the hunted, and we use, books for that purpose, right? I mean, our clients use books. I got stuff falling down here. For that purpose. And we teach them how to do that. But if you're not in that position, then guess what? You're going to be tempted to take anybody and everybody into your business, even people that you know are not a good fit, or people that you know are not really nice people, right? Like they're too demanding, or the whole relationship started on the wrong foot. And so I shared stories. I shared a story that happened just, a few weeks ago, where I did a live webinar, and on that live webinar, I made a really special offer. And I said, we're going to take 10 people only, and the 10 people that want to take advantage of this offer have to give a $1,000 deposit and then have a one-on-one discussion with my author development coaches and then with me, just to make sure that we're a really good fit, right? So we did that, right? If you want to attract people of integrity, then you need to be a person of integrity. So even though more people wanted to join, we cut it off at 10. And then in one of those conversations, somebody had emailed back and forth and had a conversation with one of the author development coaches and was really contentious about the offer itself, because we spell out what the offer is. We have a sheet that nails down all the deliverables. And so there was this contentious spirit right out of the gate. And I'm like, dude, this is the honeymoon period, right? I mean, this is like the best time of our relationship, and there's already contention. I said, look, go back and watch the offer, because you're unclear about what the offer was. Compare it to what we have written there, okay? And then let's see if we can get back on the right foot. Well, we got another email, and the second email was just as contentious as the first. So it was like, hey, this is simple, right? Let's get out of this now before we have any problems down the road. So we said, hey, look, I sent an email back and I said, look, clearly this isn't a fit. We're going to go ahead and refund your money back, and we're going to part as acquaintances, certainly not friends. And I shared stories like that over the 2-day period. And here's what I think happened. I think people understood the authenticity, and Facebook is trying to reconnect. I love when technology doesn't do all that you want, but I'll keep sharing for you guys for BSPU. I think people appreciated the authenticity of what I was sharing. That, look, we're not going to take just everybody here. We want to take the people that we feel like are a good fit, that we can get the amazing results for that we're promising. And if we feel like we can't get those results, or if we feel like there's just not a fit from the standpoint of like a heart connection with people, that we're not attracting the person that's like us, then guess what? Hey, the money isn't more important. We have a lot more money coming in, but our own spiritual, mental, emotional well-being is more important than that, including the well-being of the people that I care about in the BSP family, right? My staff and my team and my partners here. So here's the deal. You want to attract the best and brightest into your business, right? You want clients that have certain characteristics. You need to do two things. Number one, and first and foremost, you need to make sure that you exemplify the characteristics that you're looking for in your clients. I make fast decisions when it comes to my business. Now, that doesn't mean that decisions are always right, but I try to get all of the facts and knowledge. If I'm going to hire a mentor, I don't need to spend weeks and weeks figuring it out if that's a good fit for me. I know because I've looked into it. I don't know all of what's down the road, but I can make a good decision quickly, yes or no on that person. Anybody that hesitates and hems and haws, then you know what, that's really a no. And you're better off just kind of cutting that off right there. But if that's the kind of person you are, don't be surprised that you are attracting a lot of that into your own life. If you don't pay on time, wow, don't expect people to pay you on time. There's just something about attracting what it is that you are. So first and foremost, you need to deal with some work internally here, right? You need to make sure that you really are exemplifying the characteristics and the qualities, right, that you want. And number two, as related directly to your book, and to your content, as related to your book and to your content, what you need to make sure is that you are authentically sharing that stuff. Like, don't be afraid. That's the interesting thing at the event. I mean, I was in some ways a little cantankerous, you know what I mean? I was like, here's what we expect, and we're not going to work with everybody. And that's like totally okay. It's okay with me. And it needs to be okay with you. So like, don't be afraid to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, this is how far we go. And we don't go any farther than this point. And when you set those expectations, you're going to be surprised. People are going to be drawn to you. They're going to either get you or not. You're going to divide the group. And that's okay. That's what you want. You want people that want you, that resonate with you, that get you, right? And the people that don't, hey, you're better off without those people. You're better off without the money. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to jump over to BSPU here and answer any questions that they have. But see you next week. And hey, do me a favor. Go ahead and comment below, right? Share this if you think it was helpful. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. So take a moment, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Talk to you soon. All right, guys. There you go. A little bit different today, wasn't it? Let me go ahead and post it because I got bunches of shares and bunches of comments. All right, here. So let me go to you guys and see what your thoughts are. Everybody can hear me. Good. Miola. Awesome. Got a few of you on. So it's kind of interesting. I've just been thinking about these things. Nothing happened that would make me want to share that. But I was thinking, why did so many people stay? In some ways, I was a little bit more cantankerous than usual, and making it clear, like, who's a good fit for us and who's not a good fit for us. And I've just found, every now and then somebody will slip through the cracks, right? They'll fill out all the forms. They'll have a couple conversations, and you'll end up refunding them even though you've done work for them, unless you want to fight with them over your money. That's not what we tend to do. Although in some cases, we certainly want to make sure we're paid for what we've already completed. But, in most cases, it's like, this is not a good fit here. And we need to go ahead and part and go our separate ways. As much as possible, if you are authentic, if you are sharing with others what your message is and who it is that you're looking for and who it is that you help and who it is that you don't, then guess what? Those are the people that you're going to attract. And it's going to resonate with them as long as this is something that you really are in your spirit and in your life as well. And if it's not, then guess what? Take a good hard look at that and start looking at your own list of the kind of clients that you want to attract. Start writing that down. Think about who the clients are that you attract. If you have great clients and you're attracting the right people, congratulations, fantastic. It probably means that whether you realize it or not, you are being authentic and you are sharing your authentic message with people, and you're attracting people that are like you, that have these same characteristics that you want. If you have people that, and it doesn't mean that everybody always pays on time and all those things, but if you have people that aren't paying, or people that are just obnoxious, or people that are abusing your team, then you need to ask yourself some questions. What do I have these characteristics in my own life when something happens in business? Maybe not. Maybe it just means that you're accepting of that of others and bringing that into your life and your business, which I'm telling you, that is going to cause all kinds of pain for you. Don't do that. Make sure that you are working with people that you resonate with and that get you. So hopefully that is helpful. This is different than, okay, how do you get speaking engagements with this thing, right? But I think it's important because you're here because you want to grow your business, you want clients, you want to move in that direction. Well, this is like some internal stuff that you need to take a good hard look at and deal with yourself. And when you deal with it, guess what? You will feel good to call people to that standard. You know what I mean? Like, I expect people to make a decision. I really do. So when I'm on the telephone with someone, like I almost never speak to a new potential client because that's done by David and Bob. But on occasion, I will, because I will only speak to people who've been referred to me by a past client or a good friend, right? And so when they talk to me, at that time, if it's like in the discovery phase, then I might have a few-minute conversation. I'll send a bunch of videos over, etc. But once they know that what we have, what I do is what they want, then it's time to get on the phone, and I'm going to ask them to make a decision. right? Am I the person that they want to work with or not? Just had that last Thursday before my live event. I had that conversation. I said, look, here's the deal. If you want to move forward, this is what the investment is. These are what the details of it are. And, I'd like to know now if this is something that you want to do. And this person needed to, double check a couple of things. And I said, hey, no problem. Normally I would give you, just 24 hours, but my live event is tomorrow and Saturday. So let's talk on Monday. We talked yesterday and decided not to move forward together. I was totally cool with that. I don't have to make a bunch of follow-up calls, right? I don't have to wonder, is he going to become a client or not? Right now, he's not going to become a client because the timing is not right for him. I'm like totally okay with that. And I didn't shut the door forever. I just said, I want to know. I'm not the guy that's going to be making 8 follow-up phone calls to try to close the one deal. I'm just not. And so, why do I do that? Because I make those decisions myself every single day. And I want to work with other people that have like the wherewithal. And I've also found that people that make quick decisions are people that are generally getting stuff done. People that hem and haw and wonder what thing to do. And should I do this? Should I not do this? I don't know if it's a good decision. I don't know if it's a bad decision. Come on, man. Make a decision. Move forward or not move forward. So I call them to. Why? Because that's congruent with who I am. You may go, wow, that's kind of rough. Okay, well, maybe that's not congruent with you. You need to be congruent with who you are, but don't be afraid to call people to be like you, right? And if they're not, then maybe it's not a good fit for you. So, wow, different. What are your thoughts? Any questions that you have about this? Let's see what you say. Viola says, I understand this, and I try to live this way. It's absolutely true. Transparency takes courage, though. It does take courage. I totally agree. Why does it take courage? Because you're afraid that you're going to offend somebody or you're afraid you're going to lose business. Here's the thing. The more honest you are and the more transparent that you are and authentic, you're not going to turn the right people off. You're going to attract the right people. They're going to resonate with you and they're going to want to come to you. So it has the exact opposite effect of what you think it does, especially if you're passionate about whatever your thing is. And I hope, my friend, that you are passionate about what you're doing. It's why you wrote a book on it. It's why you've, moved forward with getting help from us. Steve says, I get it and agree. Being courageous, being real. Love that. Michael Botts, the only way to do your best work is working with the right client. Totally agree. Absolutely. So you need to discover who that is. Obviously, there are demographics of who your right client is from the standpoint of what things you do to serve a client. But I'm talking about something that's beyond that. For us, what does that look like? Well, someone that wants to write a book is the right client for us. Somebody that wants their book to be successful is the right client for us. Somebody that wants to get on media, radio, TV is the right client for us, right? But beyond all of that, I have a list of characteristics that I hope are exemplified in the content that I put out and in the things that I share both on webinars as well as live events. As well as my videos, etc. And I want those qualities and characteristics to be in my clients, right? Because those are the people that I want to work with, and those are the people I want to be partners with, and those are the people I want to massively see succeed, etc. So you need to have that. That's beyond just the I work with potential authors, right? That's just not true. I don't work with just all potential authors. Michael says, circumstances are not the standard and attitude is what matters. Great. I agree. Attitude is super, super important. Who wants to work with a jerk, right? Even jerks don't want to work with jerks, but that's where we have to take a good look at who we are and whether or not we're being the very thing that we're, not wanting in our business. Maybe that's what is being attracted to you. So, awesome. Any other thoughts or comments? Love to hear what those are. If not, then hey, no problem. I'll go have lunch, and I hope you guys do as well. But let me know if you have any questions or if this is helpful to you. Pia says, been thinking a lot about this idea lately. Thanks. Awesome, Pia. Love to hear that. That's very, very good. Do me a favor, Pia, Michael, Steve, comment we'll throw a post up in the Facebook group. And, just with a couple of lines about today's call, and love to have your thoughts, down on it. in the comments section about it, because obviously we have tons of clients. Many of them are not on this, but they'll eventually go to the Facebook group, etc., and it could be helpful to them. So you guys are great. Thank you for being the kind of clients that I love working with and serving and being part of this community. I mean, that's why you're here. I hope nobody thought that I was speaking about you. I was not speaking about you. What I was speaking about is making sure we don't attract people that, you know, muddy the waters, the bad apple, and none of you are that. I'm thankful for you, and I'm grateful that you are part of our community. You guys are great. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.